the questions keep turning back to home.
Will you level with our viewers? How tough is this going to get?
The enemy we have to face down is inflation. That's what's making people poorer, that's what's driving up the cost of living.
A quarter of our hospitals have set up food banks for their staff. Are you ashamed of that?
Well, we have enormous gratitude for our nurses and indeed all the other workers in the NHS for what they do and have done for us over the past couple of years. But what the unions are asking for is a 17% pay rise. And I think most people watching will understand that that's unaffordable.
But just on that food bank figure, I just want your human reaction to that. As Prime Minister, is it your burning desire to overturn a statistic like that?
Obviously, it's a tragedy that people have to use food banks, and no one wants to see food banks in our society. But while people are using them, I've got enormous admiration and gratitude for the people who are providing them.
You don't want a price-wage spiral, and that's all very well for public sector workers, but meanwhile, city bonuses this year are averaging £20,000. Would you urge banks to join this national effort against inflation and show restraint?
Well, of course, I'd say to all executives to embrace pay restraint at a time like this and make sure that they are also looking after all their.
So they should keep those
workers. I'd say that all the time. That of course, in a situation like this, I'm sure executives of most companies will be thinking about pay settlements.
You say you don't recognise the allegations about Dominic Raab. As a boss, even if you've not seen it, isn't it right for you to investigate that?
Well, as I said, I'm not and have not been aware of any formal complaints
but other people,
about Dominic's behaviour.
They say they're worried about formal complaints because they don't want to ruin their career.
If people have concerns, they should raise them, because unless people raise them, it's hard for people to actually then look into them and make any changes that are necessary. So I would urge people to do that. Those processes are confidential and it's right that they're used.
Now a day to focus on international matters before returning for that budget at home. Anushka Astana, ITV News in Bali.